Hey, lady, have you heard about Stilt Man?
No.
Let me tell you a little story about a man with a hydraulic suit who can grow big legs.
Here we go again. Welcome back, everybody, to Comic Books and Cold Ones. We are your beer podcast with a comic book problem. Now, if you like comic books and you like beer, you're in the right place because we talk all things comic books and we drink all things beer. This is KMAC, and I am just one half of the co-hosts or the hosts. I guess one half of the hosts, meaning one of the co-hosts. Still learning English. That's okay. But my awesome co-host today, Batlin J. Yekdok. I was going to call him Yeklectra, but
Oh, that's even better. I was
it is
always.
better. I know it's better.
Thank you very much, KMAC, my favorite resident of KMAC Kill's Kitchen.
Oh, all right.
I was working on that one.
Very good. It rolls right off the tongue.
The Dare KMAC, as you were. Welcome back, everybody. We are excited to be here, and if you can't tell, we are on another one of our theme shows today. And this one is to get ready for some things that are going to be appearing on everybody's favorite Disney Plus soon, which is what, K-Mac?
Well, it is Daredevil Born Again. So Disney Plus is, as everyone probably knows, restarting or what is it?
Rebooting?
Rebooting. That's the word I'm looking for. Rebooting Netflix's Daredevil, and I'm really excited. And I know I can tell you're really excited too. Number one, because you love 18 episode seasons. Number one, you've covered this. You're wearing a red shirt, and you know. There you go. Nice. And I know this is not a video podcast, everyone, but and I don't know if I agree with this choice, but I'm not sure why you're wearing sunglasses right now. We're recording this at night.
Well, there's no reason for me not to wear sunglasses at night when you can't see with your regular eyes, but I have to use a
Oh,
radar sense. So, if you can't guess, we are going to be doing a little show where we like to break down everything you need to know about Daredevil, and the theme this time is Daredevil. This is your life. We've done a number of these to help primer you guys for a variety of other shows, whether it's Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, whether it's Deadpool coming out, and with the Wolverine movie, giving you all the backstory to get you up to speed so you can pick up all those Easter eggs and know what's going on in the stories.
and don't forget Kang. We also had a very
Oh,
confusing
yes.
Kang one. Yeah. So this is
No,
our fourth one, and we've done now two in the last couple of months.
yeah, I'd say Kang was probably our best one because it was the only one that helped people really figure out what the hell was going on, I think.
Yeah, I think it also like I think really confused us too as we were doing it, but it was a lot of fun.
All right, people. So if you like what you're listening to, you can hit us up by email at cbcopodcast@gmail.com. Like all the pictures we're going to be posting on X, Twitter at CBCO_podcast, or like even the prettier pictures at comic books_cold ones. And we are proud to say that we have become somewhat influencers of beer out there on the social medias where we used to get 0 likes. Now we get upwards of 10 likes when we post our pretty pictures of beer.
Heck yeah, and it's all because of your hard work drinking all that beer over the holidays.
Well, that's what I do best.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is my
you're putting in the time.
that is my superpower is to get lit for the fans and show them what they can also enjoy. And speaking of fans, do we have a shout out today?
We do have a shout out today, and our shout out is I think it is our first download from Japan. Could I be right on that?
We've had a couple, but we've never had a shout out to Japan, I don't think.
True. So no shout outs, but a couple of downloads. This is Takasuki in Osaka. I think I'm right with that. You
Yep.
think?
Takasuki is the town. Osaka Prefecture is the area, or the equivalent to what we would consider a state in Japan.
Yeah. So
And
thank you for downloading. That's awesome.
Takasuki is a beer drinking, beer producing town too.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Yes,
Kotobuki Brewing since 1822.
I was about to say 1822, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Sake and beer.
So yeah, beer really took off in the 1800s, I believe, in Japan. If I had to look at the history, and the sake houses decided, hey,
Let's make some beer.
we're already brewing sake. Let's brew some beer with it. Um, I don't know what's special about Tatsutsuki Prefecture, oh, and Osaka Prefecture, other than that, but I assume there's some other stuff that's going on there that we need to know about. So it's in the northeast part of Osaka Prefecture. It has a population of about 350,000.
Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep.
There's an official travel guide that looks pretty good. It also has a mascot. I think every town or province has a mascot, but
Yes.
it's so it's right in between Kyoto and Osaka pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
Mm-hmm.
wanted to travel to both of those places, it's a good middle ground. And bullet trains everywhere.
It's renowned for its Izumishizuka Kofun, which is a burial mound. Earthenware funerals, so like an ancient archaeological site, it looks like. Um, they have a jazz festival, so they love that jazz with their beer. But they do have a number of breweries. But yeah, the Kotobuki Brewing is pretty old, and they make a variety of American, or I shouldn't say American, but variety of beer styles all over the board. As well as their sakis, they have a red ale, an IPA.
Oh, Red Ale.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about in
Neat.
honor of today's episode.
So when we record in Japan, we will have to go to this place, right? I
Yes,
mean, it's there's no other choices.
I think they've already set up a place where we can sleep in the brewery and record. If I had to
Yeah,
guess, yes,
probably.
I would assume so. Because who else is pumping their jams
Yeah.
in across the world except for us.
Right. And who else in Japan, in this area of Japan, is listening to the 2025 New Beers preview episode?
Except for the head brewer of Katabuki, man,
Yeah,
or
that's
Kotobuki.
awesome. So, um, the when you were getting all of our show stuff out before, I was like, oh my goodness, how far? Like, what area in Japan are the hand from? Because we'll be talking about the
Okay,
hand later,
yes,
right? So they are from Kyushu, which is about a 2.5 hour bullet train ride away from Osaka.
okay. To
So
the
not
north
no
or
time at
south?
all. Oh God, I don't know.
You got two choices. I assume they're in the north. It's got to be like a mountainous region, right?
You know, the maps with Google are not working very well.
All
This
right,
is
so yeah.
riveting podcasting. All right, here we go. Here we go. It is to the southeast
Oh,
on
southeast.
a
Okay.
different island. Oh, wait, no,
Ah,
southwest. Sorry, southwest, different island.
okay.
So Kyushu, we'll say this one last time. Kyushu is southwest of Osaka.
Okay.
Cool. I
Yeah.
would love to
So
go to
yeah,
Japan. You've been to Japan, right?
I've been to Tokyo. Yeah, for 2 weeks. It is awesome. The food is awesome. The beer is awesome. They do love beer there, and the whiskey is even better. So, and I think if I went back, I can get our beer fluences up to one or two more likes.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Then let's do it. Yeah, that's one place that I've always wanted to go, but it's hard to convince other people maybe that they want to go there too.
I Do they know about Electric Town Akihabara, where everything is manga and there's so many freaking plastic toys you can mess around with? It's amazing.
Probably not. That might not help.
Did you explain to them that there's a place called a robot cafe where there's robots performing for you as you eat your dinner?
Again, no, I did not know that.
Did you not explain to them that there's a sumo hall of fame museum that you can go read about all the best and
Ooh,
brightest sumos of all time?
that sounds cool. That sounds cool.
Yes.
So you mentioned the magic word though in your description of Japan. That was beer,
Yes.
and that is
Which
another thing we're
leads
here for today.
which leads us to what we're going to drink before we get to Daredevil and his life. So, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I will go first.
Okay.
So, my beer is from a repeat brewery. It's Wulfhaven, which is down in Carrollwood, just off of just on a road called Gun Highway. Gun with two N's, by the way. And my beer is an Irish red ale. It is called Irish Goodbye.
Irish goodbye. Yeah.
Irish Goodbye. Yeah, so, in honor of Matt Murdock and his Irish heritage, I went all in on the red beer. Now, it has a copper appearance according to the website, and a sweet malty taste with a toasty finish. And it's five
Nice.
and a half ABV. I had some the other night, and after I open up my crowler, because I have to drink a whole crowler tonight too,
Okay.
which I'm so happy. I can't wait. I'll let you know if it tastes the same or I'm getting the same kind of notes I was getting at the brewery the other day. Yeah, but it's a good brewery. I like it a lot. They have a good variety.
Have you ever perfected the Irish goodbye yourself?
I have not. No, but
And in,
it's when you just kind of vanish out of a party.
yes.
Yes.
After you've
Yeah.
drinking way too much and
Yeah.
you realize you're going to make a fool of yourself, and you just like, you're talking to somebody and then you turn around and that person's no longer there. I had a neighbor 2 doors down that is the master of the Irish goodbye, so much that his wife is like, "Oh, don't worry, he'll just disappear," even though like it's
It's
his
his
own
house.
party, it's his party, his own house. It's like, yeah, he'll just go.
Yeah, I think I had actually had to do that once when I was in Rockaway drinking. I was talking and I got really animated and I knocked my beer over, like over the like into the inside of the bar, right
Hmm.
where the bartender was, and the bartender didn't miss a beat, just went down, picked it up, and put another beer right down in front of me. But then after that, I kind of just slipped out quietly.
just woof.
Yeah, yeah, like a ghost.
Unlike our topic tonight, Daredevil, who doesn't practice the Irish goodbye, he just sticks around for any and everything, which
Yeah,
we may get into it here
yeah.
a
I
little
mean,
bit.
I think there are a couple of instances where he pulls a Batman because Batman's the master of the Irish goodbye.
Yes. Yeah. Next level. So
Yeah.
I don't. I think Wayne is a Welsh name, but
Hmm.
obviously really really good
Obviously,
at the Irish
yeah.
goodbye. The best.
Obviously, some Irish descent in there.
Yes, by far. That's the whatever Gaelic part of Ireland that sneaked into Wales. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Really
so.
worked out.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my beer. What about you? What'd you bring?
I am also doing another brewery we've had before on the show. Also going with a red ale in
All
honor
right.
of the horned one, and it's the Crimson Crusader of Hell's Kitchen. So I'm going with from Denizens Brewing Company up in Silver Spring, Maryland. This is an American red ale. It's called Big Red Norm Red Ale. Giving a nod to historical Silver Spring icon, this slightly higher ABV red ale adds heavy doses of American hops in the whirlpool and hop back. Moderate, medium in body, the subtle notes of blackberry and pine from the hops complement malt flavors of caramel and sourdough, making for a wonderful rounded beer.
Nice.
And it's named after a guy that was that you would say unsheltered now, but watching some clips on him from like the '80s and stuff. He was the unofficial mayor of Silver Spring,
Yeah, one
Norm
of those guys.
Norm Lane, and like he was everybody loved him. He was more of a vagabond, and being a big red norm in an area just like Daredevil being the big red norm in Hell's Kitchen that we've read about. So I thought this was apropos.
That is awesome. What's the ABV on that?
It's a higher test one, so it comes in at like six and a half.
Yeah, because I heard you say higher, but I didn't hear what
Yeah,
the number was.
yep, yep. So it stinks. And so this is also an honor. I am going to Denizens this weekend because they're having their Cask Ale Festival.
Oh, sweet.
And so look forward from pictures of all the cask beers I drink. And unlike Kevin, I will not practice an Irish goodbye. I'm very, very much a Lithuanian on the floor, staying there type. You have to throw me out, especially with cask ales.
Nice. Nice, nice. All right. You want to crack it open?
Yep, there we go. So I've had this one before. Very hoppy on the front end. doesn't have a whole lot of resonance, but does have, like you said, a piney taste. But yeah, the malt flavor really is what kicks it in on it. So, and there's been a decrease in American beer making of red ales. Like a couple
Yeah.
years ago, we were looking. My buddies were like, "I just want a good amber or a red ale." And we couldn't find one.
Yeah, I noticed the same thing. Even like Killian's used to be widely distributed.
Yeah,
It's not as easy to find anymore. And not that it's like a great, necessarily red ale, but
yeah,
if you want one, you used to be able to find Killian's everywhere, but it's only at a few places now.
yeah. Even in the Midwest in Chicago, Lining's Red was the standard red
Hmm.
ale you get anywhere, and you could only get the shandy most times now. You know, the red ale had gone away for a while, and we're just starting to get back to, I think, maybe people making ambers and red ales again. As our friend D Harm once yelled at me on his bachelor party drinking a red ale, saying, "Well, this isn't freshman year. You can drink other things."
That's funny.
So, to what a real beer snob would say to a red ale. But how do you like yours?
It's good. Same thing I noticed at the brewery. It's malty on the front, like super malty, and then you get a little bit of caramel, I think, and then you get malty going down. So I'm sure they're drinking a lot of malty drinks in Hell's Kitchen.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
that's
all
a
over the place.
stewy brew of malty goodness in
Yep.
the neighborhood. It's the southwest side of New York, in West Sea.
Oh, you got me. I have no idea. I've
Mhm.
never been there. I'm only
I
from New
have
York.
stumbled through Hell's Kitchen. It is Midtown, um, the southwest corner of Central Park.
Okay.
That's where it is. Just west of the Garment District, west of the Theater District, on the Weehawken side, opposite the river, there in New Jersey, right
Oh,
there.
yeah. So that's where he's from.
Yes. And of the Marvel characters, he is the one most associated with one area
He is. Yeah.
instead of just pan New York, or
I mean, because Spider Man is, he's just associated with New York in general, even though he's Queens, right? But
yes.
he's associated with New York in general. A Fantastic Four is Manhattan, but they're kind of just, I don't, I mean, they're associated with New York, but not as much as the other two, as Spider Man and Daredevil. But Daredevil, like, is one neighborhood in New
Yeah.
York, not even a borough.
And I will go through. This is my supposition that Daredevil is baby Batman. So
Sounds about right.
yeah, that his characterization, all his things that go on with him, the way he reacts to life, the way he gets beaten up, and the fact that he is sees himself as the protector of one little area. Just like Gotham is Batman's, no one goes to Gotham. That's Batman's town. Hell's
Well,
Kitchen is Daredevil's
yeah, and he's like
area.
Batman without all the gadgets.
Yes,
And
some of the superpowers, but
what's
the same.
interesting too. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No,
No,
but
no, you go. You
I
go.
would just say
You
the same ethos of right above all, the law above everything, and yeah, this.
And so I don't know if it's still the case right now, but very recently, the same writer was writing both Batman and Daredevil, Chip Zdarsky, writing both of them at the same time.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's ever happened before.
Well, did Frank Miller write
Oh,
Daredevil while he wrote Batman Year One and The Dark Knight Returns?
I don't know. Let's see. This is me
I would have to
typing.
guess yes for Batman Year One at least.
Batman Year One, it says May 1987. So this is just after Daredevil.
Okay.
I mean, it could have kind of bordered on it, but I
Dark
think
Knight
Miller
Returns was 86. Yeah.
that
He
I
just
was gonna.
finished. Yeah, he just finished Daredevil. Yeah.
Okay, so close.
And even in Batman Year One, they you scroll down on the Wikipedia page,
Mhm.
they mentioned Daredevil Born Again, coming back because Miller and artist Dave Mazzucchelli, which collaborated again on Batman Year One, or Born Again, Daredevil Born Again after Batman Year One.
Hmm. What do you know?
So that is my supposition for all the other in comic land. You can drink some beers with me and agree with me and email me because Yak's always right.
True. Very true.
If not, I will hire my favorite assassins to come and get you. But to get it kicked off, Daredevil, this is your life.
Woo!
So just like the classic TV show, we're going to break down everything that you need to go about Daredevil, his family, his loves, his background, his story, his occupation,
Yeah, his
his
bad
friends,
guys.
his frenemies, and his bad guys. And we hope to do it in a rowdy and raucous manner while having some good beers here with you. To get started out, Daredevil first appeared in Daredevil #1 in
Yeah. What do you know?
1964,
What do you know?
created by Stan Lee and Bill Everett.
Yep. Yep. He appeared in that very first issue of his own, and he'd been around ever since.
Yes.
Now, that first story has his origin where he dove to save someone from. They might have adjusted this a little bit, right? In more recent versions, he was knocking someone out of the way of that moving truck, and then he
Yes.
got. I don't know if he got hit by the truck, but the truck kind of tipped over, and some radioactive
He got
chemicals spilled on his face.
he got a big old dump of radioactive waste
Hmm.
on his head.
Yeah.
So he got TMNT'd, but not being in the sewer, just on the regular streets of Hell's Kitchen.
Yep, and he didn't touch like a turtle or a rat before it happened, so he just got superpowers.
This is the retcon we're going to write. He touched the devil. The devil was there and he touched it, and that's the reason he became
Oh,
devil.
or he was in Hell's Kitchen. That's why he
Yes.
became the devil. It's
Yeah.
all
Yes.
there we go.
What?
Oh my goodness.
But that imbued him with certain magical abilities other than it wiped out his eyes, so he's blind as a bat. Once again,
Oh,
going back to my supposition of
hmm,
Batman that he's the reverse Batman or the smaller Batman, that he's blind as a bat. But
he
he
also has
has
smaller, pointy ears on his hat
on
too,
his
on his
cowl.
mask. Cowl, yeah.
Does he have a cowl? The difference between a cowl and a mask? Does Daredevil have a cowl? I would say yes, he has a cowl.
I don't know. What is it? Because the mouth is open?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. That's the definition of a cowl. Cowls have gone by the wayside too, fashion-wise. We should bring those back.
Yeah, yeah.
More
So
people should be wearing cowls
yeah, so
next winter
Daredevil,
season.
Daredevil definitely has a cowl also.
Yes. So his powers are that he got super senses, meaning he can hear better than anybody else. He can smell better than anybody else. He can taste better than anybody else. He can feel better than anybody else.
Hmm.
But he can't see shit.
Right, and he has a radar sense. It's almost like
and and
echolocation,
and he
I
got
would guess.
radar sense from it, and they don't fully describe how that complete radar sense it does generate its own um, method.
It,
So it's not echolocation in the sense that echolocation requires sound, right?
yeah, that's
Radar
true.
requires radio waves, and so it's the difference between sonar and uh, radio waves. So sonar uses sound in the water to bounce off everything, and there is one of the more recent runs. He does fall in the water to rescue a guy, and he notes that his radar sense doesn't work as well in the water because of the medium
What?
density it kind of makes it even more
Boo!
fuzzier. So it is not echolocation. It is a
He's not.
true
He's
radio wave.
not Daredolphin,
No, he's,
Dolphin Devil.
he's not Dolphin Devil.
No. So is it more like? So this is kind of what I thought. Like his heightened senses kind of combined to become the radar sense. Like all of those things combined cause the like radar sense to be what it is.
No, because we
I
deal with this in the first appearance of Stick. He keeps all his super senses, but loses his radar sense.
does lose his radar sense. That's right. Yeah. Not until he can hit the target with a bow and arrow
Yes.
does he regain his radar sense.
Well, that's how it works.
Yep, exactly. I'm so embarrassed.
And he's shooting a bow and arrow for some reason. That's what Stick makes him do. But we'll get to Stick here in a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
But imagine you had the ability to super taste like him. Like, why wouldn't you weigh 1,000,000 pounds?
Oh, that's true. That's true because another thing he and Batman have in common is that drive, right?
Yes.
That you can't let that. But I mean, holy shit, yeah, that would be the
Because
best ever.
we think ice cream tastes good, but imagine being able to taste all the ice cream
Every
All
part of every flavor.
like why does he go to law school? Why doesn't he go to sommelier school and become the best sommelier ever?
Right. Well, because as a lawyer, he can tell when people are lying.
Yes, yeah, but
But what's more fun?
sommelier, but sommelier school, man, he'd be like, "Look, bitch, you can't taste the blackberry on that. You can't taste the currant." He would just crush it. The test would be just like easiest thing ever,
Mhm.
making the same amount of money as a lawyer working at a fancy restaurant
True.
and getting to drink booze all day.
And in one of the issues I read, he went to Monaco and he was gambling at a casino and he won every hand of poker because he could tell based on their breathing and their heart rates what their hands were. So he
Who was
made millions of
bluffing? No,
dollars.
yeah,
Yeah. Yep. So we should have just done that. Make a few
yes,
mil and then, you can sponsor Hell's Kitchen after that.
yeah. Because being a lawyer's got to be is a lame job compared to all the cool things you can do.
It is. I don't even think you have to say compared to all the cool things you can do. Being a
Yeah,
lawyer is just a lame job.
yes.
Take it from
Imagine
me.
imagine putting him with his super touch in charge of garment, production, checking for imperfections. He'd be like,
Right.
"That's what's bad." Like that
Mhm.
motherfucker can tell the difference between 1,000 thread count and 10,000 thread count.
Right away.
Yeah, just being a no motherfuckers. This is you're definitely frauding me here.
So maybe he misses opportunity.
And I do believe his super smell, that would be the one I would not want the most.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that either. That would be the grossest smell, the
Yes.
grossest thing in the world. Oh,
I don't want to be able to smell it. And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe his super smell is even better than Wolverine's. That they
I don't know, but I would expect so because in all the stories I read, like he would go into a town. He's like, I can smell the vomit,
yeah,
and I can smell, but like he could just smell all of the trash and the garbage and everything. So I think it is stronger than Wolverine's.
yeah. Like he could smell uh when Karen brought, I think somebody brought him flowers that the lady had eaten oranges at the floral shop that
Mm,
day.
yeah.
Just the residue from her touching it. So I believe, if I remember right, they've had a smell off before. But if not, there's another story we can write. The smell
Mm,
off.
there we go. There we go. And I think his radar sense. I don't remember how many city blocks it can go. I think it's like it might be 4 to 6 city blocks
Yes.
because there was one issue where there was a sniper and the sniper was 2 blocks away and he could sense him.
Boop, 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 boop,
Yep.
boop, boop, boop.
But and I think they sensed him. He sensed him even farther away after that.
Yes, I assume so.
Yeah. So,
So, what else does he? What else does he have the ability to do?
well, he has the ability to do all the martial arts pretty much. Thanks to stick we talked about before, but and he can also we don't have this on here, but he can heal himself through meditation.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's something they picked up on in the Netflix series. But yeah, he can meditate and like reset his bones if they're like if things are dislocated or even maybe even broken. But yeah, he can meditate and heal himself
Which he needs because he gets the shit kicked out of him more than
all
any
the
other
time,
superhero.
all the
More than
time.
yes.
Yeah,
Number one, more than Batman gets the shit kicked out of him. He is
yeah,
number one.
yeah. And there is not a fight where he doesn't get hit.
Yeah. And there's not. It doesn't matter if you're a super bad guy or a regular bad guy. You're going to get a SWAT in on him
That's true. Yeah.
because he's still blind as shit.
Yeah, I was that's probably the thing that surprised me the most reading all these stories is he'll be like just busting up like a mugging or a drug deal and someone will get a good shot in him in the face or an elbow or something. Even that guy Turk,
Yeah.
like who's the like kingpin, you know, one of the lowest men on Kingpin's totem pole will even get a
Yep.
shot in every once in a while on Daredevil.
Oh, indeed, indeed, indeed. And aiding these skills is he developed his own billy club that
Hmm.
is like I guess it was supposed to be a nod out to like being like a sensing like a blind person sensing stick, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
then
It
Stan
used
Lee and them turned it into, hey, this could be a weapon.
yeah, because at first it was it separated and he could use it for like swinging, but then they, I guess, eventually modified it to just be a billy club, or maybe even did it come out of the stick,
Yeah, well, yeah,
of the walking stick?
the stick could like pull apart. So you have two sticks, and one end had a hook on it, so you could swing.
Yeah.
It had a grappling effect with the wire, and there's a knife in one end of it too that he could pull off and cut things with. Pretty universal Daredevil's Billy Club and his other Billy Club, which he uses a lot when we get to talking about that.
Mhm.
So the devil gets around a little bit with his Billy Clubs.
Oh, he
So
does.
just,
He does. You had mentioned that Deadpool had too many to count. Daredevil has way more.
well, there's there's been a lot of funerals in the bodies he's put in the ground. Let's put it that way, and to Hell's Kitchen.
Mhm. That is true. Very true.
And all this though, he wears different duds. We all know about the iconic red suit that came along in issue number 7, but he started out in a brown and yellow that was like kind of an ode to his father's kind of boxing trunks look.
Yeah.
And then when we were youngins, he got another gray armor outfit in Daredevil 321 that was like body armor. After he got his ass kicked by Silver Sable's Wild Pack. Shout out.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, who we've covered before. Got in a big fight and his red suit got beat up. So, and that was also the period in comics where people were getting body armor, you know.
Oh yeah, that was the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have a good memory of that body armor.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm seeing it here, but yeah.
Surprisingly, it looks a little more like the TV show outfit than the pure red suit. So when in the
Mm,
TV show, he has kind of a hard molded plasticky kind of body
yeah.
armor suit, similar to the gray armor. And then eventually he gets a Shadowland suit when he becomes all evil and becomes the a lead villain leading the hand. When he gets his all black with the DD on it,
Oh, interesting.
which is an interesting outfit that you would still want to call out that you're Daredevil when you're the super bad guy and everybody already knows who you are. I
Yeah,
don't
there's
think you
that.
would. I don't think anyone's going to mistake you for anybody else. You know, we don't need it on the nose there, Daredevil.
Yeah, and I do like the all black. He has an all black like alternate version of the red costume, which I like. And it's more like for moments when he doesn't have his costume. Does that make
Yes,
sense?
yeah, it's his, and he has that in the TV show when he
Yeah.
starts out. Remember, right? He wears an all black, which is the
Yeah, with like a bandana.
then a bandana on top. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he has that in one of the Frank Miller, um, initial like throwbacks. Like
Hmm.
they show him when he first starts showing that.
Yeah, he doesn't get he doesn't get devil armor from Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Never happens.
Makes his own or gets it from what's his name, Gladiator. Helps him out with some weapons every
Yeah.
once in a while.
You know what? I didn't until I was reading this. I didn't realize that the costume guy was Gladiator.
No, you did not know that.
No, I did not know that. I didn't do good research when I was watching the first Netflix series, but
We didn't have this TV show or this podcast to bring you up to speed while we're drinking some fine red ales,
yep.
talking about
Yep. Don't
the devils of Hell's Kitchen, the man
right, but
without fear.
don't don't reveal to our listeners that we're going to have a TV show before we're ready to put it out.
I'm
Shh,
sorry.
be quiet.
Deal isn't signed yet.
Yes, soon, soon. If you want a
Net
TV show, send us an email and let us know.
Net Amazon hasn't signed us yet. You know.
Not yet. Not yet.
um, Tubicock has not signed us to our own episodes.
Oh,
We're working on inking that deal for you kids.
yeah. Yeah. So you mentioned that his first costume was kind of an homage to his father and his boxing outfit. So why don't you tell us a little bit about his father, since that's your namesake today?
His dad was battling Jack Murdock,
There you
uh,
go.
heavyweight prize fighter who got in trouble with the mafia because he wouldn't throw a fight, which also led to his kid almost getting hit by a car, if I remember right. That
Yep.
that was part of it. And his mother, was she a nun or she became a nun, right?
She became a nun. I don't know a lot about her history.
Yeah.
Um, and I in the books I read, they hadn't revealed it yet, but um, but yeah, eventually he finds out. But he remembers meeting her after he was injured, and then he met her again during Born Again, when essentially, he was brought down to nothing. Have you read Born Again?
I haven't read it all, but I read parts
Yeah,
or
it
watched
it
parts.
was it was it was very good. I was I figured it was good, and I'd read it years ago, but yeah, so she visits him again in the hospital after he's broken down to nothing, after the Kingpin's plan essentially destroys Matt Murdock.
Which he does pretty often. There's multiple times where people bring him down. So the Kingpin and Typhoid Mary does it,
Yeah,
and
and it's funny, like a lot of the people that do it
the
also
Hand do it.
work for the Kingpin, right?
Yeah, keeps getting it.
Yeah. So and when we get to, I guess when we get to his villains, I'll talk about what really struck me and surprised me about Born Again. I didn't realize this about Daredevil. I thought when they revealed Spider-Man's identity as Peter Parker during Civil War, they quickly like put the gift back in the box, and
Yeah,
nobody knew anymore. But so I assumed a similar thing happened with Daredevil, but it did not.
yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. Now,
And battling Jack Murdock uh, finds his end at the end of the Fixer for not fixing the fight, which is one of the reasons it sets off Daredevil on his crusade against crime, and especially organized crime, right?
right, right, especially organized crime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's what eventually like leads to he and Kingpin becoming the mortal enemies that they are. Now, any other family?
Well, he has his mom that we don't know a whole lot about because we don't read a lot. She becomes a nun after giving birth to him.
Yeah,
I gotta say, Jack Murdock was a pretty good single dad too
I think
for
so
a
too.
boxer. Yeah, like top notch.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
and he really like pushed Matt to study because he didn't want Matt to become like him. He wanted Matt to be smart and be successful and have a career that didn't involve, the mob,
yeah,
which, oops, but but he had good intentions, and that
yeah.
that was cool.
And there's always a running on. It's not a gag, but a run on thing where there's always pictures of former fight bills with Jack Murdock on them throughout different comic runs that pop up.
Mhm.
That'll happen. And recently I read a one shot of was Daredevil 500 where he finds some photos and a girl's going through them, and it was in a bar where the bartender owner is a former boxer that wasn't very good but got beat up by Jack Murdock in a
Oh
boxing match. Yeah,
wow.
and then yeah, they go through it. So that's a running on gag or run on Easter egg throughout things, and he has a twin brother. I don't know how this works because I haven't read any of the issues.
I read them, they're great.
So, so yeah, if you want to
So
break this down for us.
yeah, so um Matt Murdock has a twin brother in Doctor Evil quotes, who debuted in Daredevil 25. His name is Mike Murdock. Now, what happened in that issue is Karen and Foggy, who we'll get to in a second, suspected that Matt was Daredevil. I don't remember. I don't know exactly why they suspected. That might have happened in the issue before, but Matt was like, "I got a great idea," and he said, "No, no, I'm not Daredevil. My twin brother, who is also blind, named Mike, he is Daredevil." So literally, I read, like, it started Daredevil 25, and I read 5 issues, and he was still pretending to be Mike Murdock on like a page or two out of every issue. I'm like, they Stanley was like, "This is hilarious. You're never gonna believe it. This is hilarious."
Who's he? It
Eh,
looks like Matt, but no, it's Mike.
and Mike was zany and wacky and wore
Yeah.
like yellow sports coats and things like that.
Classic.
Yeah, it was the most classically zaniest stuff you'll ever see. Now, when I was reading volume 2, so the story I was reading starts with Bendis, and then Brubaker picks it up, and then there was an issue in the Brubaker run where Daredevil had to leave the country, and so his passport, he he showed it to the woman at the counter and said Mike Murdock on it. It was great. And then he ended up not being on the plane because he got on one of Danny Rand's planes,
Ah,
but it got him to the terminal.
and I like the fact that, yeah, Karen and Foggy never recognize that ever again and going, hey, how's your weird twin brother
Yeah, I wonder if it
that we all think.
ended. I wonder if it ended with him just revealing his identity to
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. I made that shit up.
Yeah, because that's another
What
thing about him that we'll get to when we get to his friends and his girlfriends.
wouldn't you as a best friend be like though? Yeah, the Daredevil things, that's believable. Yeah,
It's more
we
believable.
understand. But you made up a fucking fake blind twin brother?
Oh, Foggy goes, "You don't have," like when he first said, he's like, "You don't have a brother. We went to law school together. You never mentioned him once. We never saw him." He goes, "Oh, he likes to stay, below the radar and all this stuff." And Foggy was like, "Oh, I guess so. Whatever." It was, it was so bad. It was good.
But this is all preceded by, if you dig into his past, there are rumors of previous relatives from the World War II period that he may be related to some crime members themselves, Killer Murdock, who ends up getting dead and
It makes
avenged
sense.
by his wife and lovely lady, Victoria Murdoch, who becomes the asbestos woman.
Asbestos woman. Oh, that's
Yeah,
deadly.
yes, who is
That is.
who is the who's an arch nemesis of the original Human Torch and Toro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, asbestos woman. That'll kill you.
That's what I say. Yeah, you're gonna give yourself cancer to stop the superheroes.
Oh, that's funny.
But those are only rumors. Only rumors.
Rumors. That makes sense. The name tracks.
Yes. And we've broken it down that he is the devil of Hell's Kitchen, the guardian devil of that little bit of New York. He does break away a couple of times
Yeah.
because he wants to go to that faraway city out west and make the money in San Francisco. The first time the Black Widow draws him away to live out in San Francisco and go on adventures out there. And then he
Is he
goes
with
out
the? Is he
again.
with the? Is that when she's with the Defenders
No, this is like
or,
when they first start dating, and
or the
then
Champions?
yes, or no, even no, no. This is
Oh,
like
before that.
in the late '60s, like '60s, early '70s, when they show up together around the Defenders
Mhm.
time, like right before the Defenders. But he just relocates,
Mhm.
and I think Stan Lee was like, we can't have any more people in New York
New
City.
York City. Yeah.
They're bumping into each other too much, and so he sends him to San Francisco, and then he goes back again later. If I
Yeah.
remember reading the fandom, yeah,
Pretty recently, he
yeah.
he had been back to San Francisco for one of Marvel relaunches their book so much, but one of those relaunches was based out of San Francisco.
Don't know
Interesting.
why. I guess maybe because the San Francisco Fire needs a devil. Yeah,
Maybe. I
comes
don't
around.
know.
I don't. He wants to take down IT Bros. I don't know. The devil
Hopefully,
of IT
we could
Bros.
we could use some of that.
So I don't quite know why he chooses that. But hey,
Whatever.
pretty part of the country. Maybe the smells are just better. That clean
Uh,
bay air.
Yeah, yeah. The Pacific breeze
Yes, yes.
goes up to Napa, Sonoma.
That's where he's trying to get in the Samoa
Yeah,
Yank
and
kick.
so and so this is so here's one thing that it is so hard when you're a lawyer to go to another state because you're not licensed to practice in that state. You have to take their bar exam, or you have to, you know, there's it's just not as easy as moving to San Francisco. And I really think that they're doing a disservice here by moving him and
Yeah,
bringing him
and
back like that.
and they don't explain that because California is the hardest of them to go to because they don't offer a little thing called reciprocity on
Reciprocity.
your bar exam.
Yep.
It's
Neither
the
does
one
Florida.
state. Yeah,
Florida
it's
has
the
reciprocity with nobody.
oh, you don't. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. I knew
Mhm.
California is the big one. I know you have to pass the bar there. You don't get
Yeah.
reciprocity anywhere.
Yeah. No reciprocity in Florida either.
Well, that's
Fuckers.
because you got all those
The
alligator laws.
snowbirds. Yeah.
All those alligator laws you got to memorize that they,
Oh
they
yeah.
can't just they just can't
Oh
let
yeah.
you
And
off
all
the
that.
hook on.
Oh, yeah. And then there's the
Gator
pirate
law is a
law.
big deal. Pirate
Pirate
law and
law.
gator
Yeah.
law.
Yeah.
It just screws you over. I mean,
Mhm.
California, I assume it's just being the West Coast assholes, the West
Yeah.
Coast elite. But in Florida makes sense to me. Gator law, pirate law.
And then a lot of specific to citrus law is,
Yeah.
you know, all these special things about how to weigh oranges and, how many, if you steal how many oranges, is it a felony? That sort of thing.
Yes.
32.
and the,
32
well,
oranges is a felony.
we had to balance it out with the grapefruit to the oranges, right? How many grapefruit versus an orange, yeah.
Oranges to grapefruits. Yep.
or clementines, tangerines,
Yeah.
it's a whole
It's super complicated. I don't want to study for that exam again.
no, no, it's just
No,
awful.
no. Yeah. This is the worst. And then what if you had like, so if you walk out of, you walk out of Busch Gardens, right, with an alligator under one arm and a basket of oranges in another. Oh boy, it's like nothing more complicated than that.
Yeah, what trumps the case? So we didn't cover it, but he went to undergrad at Columbia,
Yes, and he went to
and then he
Columbia Law too.
he went to Columbia Law, but then there's also references online that he went to Harvard Law.
I saw that too. Yeah,
I don't know what that is because every issue of the old ones that I read, he was an undergrad at Columbia, and then he went to Columbia Law.
yeah,
Always a New York kid, but then I guess people are like, he's not good enough. He's gonna go Harvard Law.
yeah.
He's gonna be
Maybe
the
it was
best lawyer. He's
after
gonna.
maybe after Secret Wars when they rebooted everything. He went to
I mean,
Harvard,
did he
but
get? He could just get an LLM. They could explain it that way, or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
Come
exactly.
on, come on.
Yeah, I mean, he
He didn't
met
have to go all the way
Electra.
back to law school.
Right, he met Electra at Columbia Law.
He met her at undergrad. He was already undergrad at that
Was he?
time. Yep,
I thought he was
in
in
there.
law school.
Nope, undergrad. Because they mentioned that they were still working towards pursuing his law interest.
Gotcha.
And she her dad ended up dead there
Yep.
at Columbia, and she went to be a ninja, and he went to
Yeah,
law school.
and he went to law school.
Such a
Yeah.
weird thing.
Well, and he was already, I mean, he wasn't really trained at that point, but he was kind of a ninja too after his
Yeah.
dad died.
Yes.
He climbed
He
up into that window.
took it out.
He
So
did.
we've covered his background, covered his family, covered his weapons, his superpowers. Now let's cover some of those friends.
Yes.
And this is the other element that I think also my supposition of the heroes out there. He's the only one who has a true best friend that's not a superhero, I would say.
Okay.
Like
Let's
Batman.
think about this.
Although Batman's best friend Alfred maybe also a pseudo father, right?
Yeah. But still, that
Yeah.
tracks.
But
I
still
mean,
closest to being a best friend, not a superpower.
Superman's best friend is,
Technically Jimmy Olsen, but they never hang out.
but they're not really friends. It's just
No.
that's just a
Pal. His best
best
pal, right?
pal. That's not
Yeah,
best
it's not a
pal.
friend, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a pal. Like, fuck you, Jimmy Olsen. You're not my friend.
You won't go get my dry cleaning.
Hey, Jimmy, be a pal. Go get me some coffee.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, let's think about that for a second. We got two
And his
hours to
best
do the show.
Daredevil's best friend is of course Foggy Nelson, who he goes to undergrad
Yeah.
and law school with at Columbia. The tubby guy, played by on the TV show by the guy that's the bully from the Mighty Ducks.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah,
I don't.
that guy.
Yeah, I don't know Mighty Ducks, so. But
Yeah, the big enforcer kid from the Mighty Ducks.
that's great.
Once he's all grown up, yeah.
Yeah, and so Nelson and Murdoch is the law firm that they have together a lot of the time. Every once in a while, they'll dissolve it, but they always come back together.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And the best lawyers in the Marvel universe, do they trump She-Hulk as law professionals? Have they ever had a court case against each other? I assume they
I
have.
I don't know, but they probably have. I think they're probably equal. I know, like, didn't She-Hulk defend like she defended some supervillain and won, didn't she?
She's defended supervillains. She defended, the after the things that preceded Civil War, the New Warriors and stuff. I think she was the lawyer for them. But Matt Murdock represents pretty much lots of superheroes: Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. Um, Foggy Nelson, of course, represented Matt Murdock multiple times. When he
Yeah.
gets indicted, they find out
Ooh,
he's
the
Daredevil and not
two did,
Daredevil.
according to someone from Reddit, the two did face off in a civil suit against Captain America brought by a retired villain. She-Hulk represented Cap, and Daredevil represented the supervillain. Let's see if there's this link is gonna. 2014 She-Hulk Volume 3, 8 through 10 by Charles Soule, three-part The Good Old Days Chronicles. Trial of Steve Rogers, who's accused by a man on his deathbed of causing a young man's death in 1940. It
Yeah,
doesn't say who won. Anyway, super interesting.
but getting on with it. So I've gone over before with KMAC that the Marvel Universe has more lawyers. The DC Universe only has detectives, and so
Yeah.
it's apropos. The lawyer is Matt Murdock, and the detective is Batman, and the other
Oh,
one.
there we
So
go.
Foggy Nelson being his best buddy. We also get top ace reporter Ben Urich, who he consults with often, who goes on to, also hang out with Spidey a lot, but they communicate and solve crimes together, and becomes a main fixture through the Daredevil-ish comics as the everyman on the street view of the Marvel universe, especially when he goes to Civil War, Secret Invasion, and all those things where they make him a main character
Yeah.
in the Frontline series.
Yeah. And here's something that so starting with Foggy Nelson, pretty much every person we're going to talk about from here on out, Daredevil has revealed his secret identity to. So
Yes.
he has like the worst kept secret identity of any superhero I've ever seen. Because with few exceptions, every single person we're going to talk about from this point on knows that Matt Murdock is Daredevil.
And everybody doesn't believe it because they're like, but you're blind.
Yeah, it's like believe me, I'm Daredevil. Oh,
they
sure.
don't say shit about a guy walking on walls or another dude being
Mm,
able to, a god from Norse mythology, but
right.
the blind guy not being able to be a superhero. That's a bridge too far.
Yeah,
We,
that's
it's
unheard of.
disappointing. It's disappointing the small minds of
In the
not being
Marvel
accepting in the Marvel
universe.
universe. Yes, this is equal opportunity, motherfuckers. Come on.
Yeah,
And he has a best super friend.
he does.
His version of Superman is Spider-Man.
Yeah, do you agree
Spidey,
with that?
yes.
Yeah,
I was before you entered the sheet. I was going to put that in. They they're not on the same level as Batman and Superman, where they would hang out on the weekends, but they would get coffee on a rooftop or something.
yeah,
They're like the best working colleagues.
yeah. They would
They're
like meet each other by accident in on rooftops and then just hang out and talk for a few hours.
yeah, they're super spouses together. Like
They
like
are.
you have a work spouse, they're a superhero spouse, basically.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like work
Yeah,
wife. Yeah,
yeah. Frequently show up.
yeah,
And to start out in this wacky world of superherodom, he has a teacher, mentor, all around curmudgeon
yeah. Pretty
representing him,
much.
and the enigmatic Stick, who appears in DD 176 after he loses his radar sense. And he goes in search for Stick, who is also a blind master with the Stick, who you
Yeah,
find out was a trained ninja with the organization known as the Chase that opposed the Hand, the evil ninja organization. Um, and identified Matt young after he gets first knocked in
injured.
with the radiation. Yeah, as somebody that's gonna be very very important.
Yeah, and this issue is interesting because it's the issue we were talking about where Daredevil lost his radar sense, and all of a sudden he's like, "I need to find Stick," and I guess Stick's never been like this is his first appearance, so no one's ever mentioned Stick before or seen Stick, and everyone's looking for Stick, and he's just in a pool hall in New York City. Like anyone could have found him whenever they wanted to.
Hustling, and they do have the scene where five people shake down the same guy to find Stick, or four people shake down the
Yeah,
same guy to find Stick, which is probably one of Frank Miller's best writing
yeah,
ever. Is
yeah. That was good.
the poor guy at this apartment gets shaken down by four different people to get Stick in different manners.
Yeah, and I suppose I haven't read much else that he's been in, but I think for especially in Frank Miller's time, he's probably a recurring character. And
Yes.
played by the awesome Scott Glenn in the TV show.
If you could get better casting, I don't know how.
Yeah, it's it's perfect.
Yes. I mean, you could have gone. So Scott Glenn, I don't know who's the poor man version, either him or Lance Henderson. You,
Mm,
you, you either get one or the other, right? One's a poor man version of the other. So if you
yeah,
had to get one of those two, and you got the guy you wanted versus Lance Henderson, who's
yeah,
Bishop
I
from
see what you
Aliens,
mean.
yeah,
Yeah,
Pumpkinhead, yeah, you were gonna get those two.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't. Yeah, flip a coin. But I think yeah, I do like Scott Glenn. I didn't realize he was in Pumpkinhead. That's what I'm.
No, it's Lance Henderson. Yeah,
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't realize Lance Hendrickson was in Pumpkinhead.
you thought it was Scott Glenn instead.
I thought it was Scott Glenn.
Yes.
Yeah,
When you can't get Scott Glenn, you go get Lance Henderson, or vice versa.
yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
so funny.
So I play poor man with certain people you get when you need the budget version of somebody, right? And I can't tell who's the budget version of the other one there because I think they're probably about equal pay scale.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean,
Lance Hendrickson's
maybe early on
probably
you would go Scott Glenn would be the fancier version. I think
maybe.
he got I think he got closer to whiffing an Oscar than Lance Henderson ever did. But then Lance Henderson did Millennium, the TV show. Just yeah.
Yeah, what movie do I know him from where he played an absolute asshole? Scott Glenn. Most movies
Uh,
he's in, right?
there was a movie where he's a military officer, like an airline, like a pilot, if I remember right, where he's
Oh no, he was an
what's
urban cowboy. That's the one. That's the one.
yes. I could have nailed that one for you too. Or
All right. So Daredevil has other superhero friends that aren't as good of friends as Spider-Man, though. He always hangs out with Luke Cage and Danny Rand, Power Man and Iron Fist.
yeah,
They're always helping him
all
out, and vice versa.
all the
Yeah,
street level heroes of New York, basically.
yeah,
He's the street level equivalent, of yeah. If the cosmic things are going on, you're not going to get the cosmic things in the Daredevil comics. You're going to get the
yeah,
street level after effects of what the cosmic things are causing. So,
yeah, yeah. And those are all the characters
it,
that are
yeah.
involved with him and doing that. Except Spider-Man does
Yeah.
cosmic level stuff too.
Well, because he's the bridge, kind of between the two, and
Yeah,
actually joins groups, unlike Daredevil, who really never joins any other teams.
right.
So, and he
Yep.
has a student in some of the more recent ones. There's a character named Blind Spot, who he trains to be his partner.
Oh, interesting.
His ward, who has the ability to go invisible,
Hmm.
and who's the only person that can see him. Of course, Daredevil, because he doesn't see.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, yeah. So I have not read. I just started reading a couple recent issues with the blind spot character in him. So, but Daredevil trains him. I haven't read enough about him. But
Me either. I've never heard of him.
yeah, because
Check you
there's
out. Check you out.
yep.
Yep. And so some other
You got
friends
yeah.
we have Night Nurse, who is the person people go to or heroes go to when they get injured and need to be patched up. And she, I think, appears probably pretty regularly throughout his history. Appears a lot in the Bendis run,
Yes.
and of course is played by um, who you know who, right, in the show.
Um. Don't make me say her name, but I know. Famous
Is it
actress.
Rosario Dawson? Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Yes.
good. It was on the tip of my tongue, and I wasn't sure if I was right.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And everybody loves Rosario Dawson.
yeah, yeah. Ahsoka.
Okay.
Yep. And then one other friend, and we have her in this list, Rebecca Blake, who is at one point an assistant at Nelson and Murdoch, and later becomes a partner in their firm. And she's in the Friends because she's the only woman I think that has intersected with Matt Murdock that didn't become a love interest too. So
I was
she
going to
gets the
say we're
friend
going to get to that.
designation.
we're gonna get designated friend. She's the only one that doesn't get. She gets friend zoned. That's
Yep.
what allows her to become a partner in the exclusive Nelson and Murdock law firm. Which,
Yeah.
if I'm hiring them, they keep. You want your lawyers to be around. Like all the law firms make a big deal of how long they've been around, right?
Right.
Like since time immemorial. But this firm goes in and out of business
It
every
does.
10 years.
Yeah, and then in one of the stories I read at the end of it, they decided to like unlist themselves. Then they took referrals because they didn't want the supervillains to know where their office was. But we alluded to before that Daredevil has um,
This is the big one,
had
kids.
had a significant number of love interests.
This
And
is the
you
big
said
one.
during the Deadpool show that we probably couldn't find anyone with more than Deadpool. And Deadpool has a lot. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 with Deadpool. I think we have 14 here as well.
Yes,
But
14. Yep.
but this isn't an exhaustive list because I know there's definitely one or two more from the Chip Zdarsky run that we don't have in here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, we're missing some. Like I said, that Billy Club.
Mhm.
God dang it, Matt.
Yeah.
You, I understand. The appearance of women doesn't matter anymore to you. So it's an open range. Come on, man.
Do you want to go through it? Want to go through them all really
I
fast
think
and then dig deep
yeah,
into some of
we
them?
just speed run. Yeah, I think this
Yeah.
is we daredevil this. We we Hell's Kitchen the burner on this one. Go through them.
All right. So the first published love interest is Karen Page, and she's probably the most well known of his love interests. She first appeared in Daredevil #1. Now, this isn't. So these are all in like published order, except I bumped Electra Nachios up to the second one because she's the first in continuity because
Mm,
she appears
I
in
love me some nachos.
Nachios. What do you like on your Nachios?
I've never had Greek nachos before, but I assume they have olives and
Olives.
some basil and some
Mm-hmm.
feta instead of but I love me some nachos.
Nachos. So she's the first love in continuity. Uh, Daredevil has a great nickname for her, Olive Oil. There's probably some olive oil on Greek nachos too.
Oh yeah, yeah. You gotta have a
Olives
little
and
bit,
olive
yeah,
oil
yeah, yeah, yeah.
instead of
Olive oil,
salsa.
yeah, yeah. Well,
All
it's
right.
like a bruschetta sauce instead of
Mm-hmm.
salsa. It's like a bruschetta, yeah.
Ah, yes. So next we have Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, Moondragon, who he has like a one-time fling with. Her real name's Heather Douglas. So this is before I think she was Moondragon, though, if I'm not mistaken. But I didn't realize Moondragon's first appearance was in a Daredevil book.
I did not know that either.
Yeah.
This is before she went Chrome Dome after Thanos wiped out her family?
Um, I think it
Or no?
happens like in between, if I'm not
Hmm.
mistaken, because she first appears as Heather Douglas, then later as Moondragon.
Okay.
So we have Heather Glenn. We have Yuriko Oyama, who it turns out to
Oyama,
be
yep.
who turns to be Lady Deathstrike later.
Man, bangs Wolverine's chicks.
Hmm. We have Gloriana O'Brien, Mary Walker, aka Typhoid Mary, Nyla Skin, Maya Lopez, aka Echo, Mila Donovan, who is the only one he marries.
Puts a ring on it.
Yeah, we have Dakota North. If you love it, then you better put a ring, right? That's what
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
singing. That's what he was
Yes.
singing. Yeah. Krista McDuffie, who who is, from what I read, the fan consensus favorite. And I didn't read those stories, so I'm not sure exactly why.
Well, she's the second favorite
Mhm.
of the family. Also, she's the only other Irish one on this list.
Mm.
Yeah, you can imagine when he brought over Nachios. Yeah, the Irish family wasn't going to be happy with
He
the
doesn't.
Greek
His
girl.
family's all
Oh
dead.
no, oh no! In Hell's Kitchen, that Irish family's still there. No, they're not gonna let him marry a Greek girl.
Yeah, and he had a fling for a moment with Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat.
Yes,
Yeah, so, and like I said,
it's a
this only goes up to 2012. So we got about 10 years of ladies that we haven't even mentioned.
That is his go-to move. I don't see you. I don't see you. Let me feel. And yeah,
Works every time.
it works every time. He does the hands on the face. You're the most beautiful
Mhm.
woman I've ever seen. He
Mhm.
feels their face.
Yep.
Like straight up Lionel Richie and Hello. Just when she
Mhm.
feels his face and she makes the sculpture out of his head.
Oh yeah, Matt Murdock, huge Lionel Richie fan.
Oh yeah. Oh, Hello.
Hmm.
That's his go-to jam. He's like let me see ya, and he's like he gets to put his hands on her face, and yeah, the girls just yeah,
Hmm.
he's got him in the bag
Yep.
then,
Yep. It's
got
the
him in the bag.
ultimate move.
It's just yeah, perfected at Columbia, he did. Just he's
Yeah.
ripped, already good
Oh
looking,
yeah. Yeah. The
and
red
he
mop top hair.
yeah, and they think he's vulnerable, right? Because yeah, they think he has a limitation, and so he's like, oh
Hmm.
yeah, he's not a threat to me, and then he uses that, doesn't know he's a devil, got the horn sticking
No.
out, don't know it till they get a billy club. So
Yeah, the revised Billy Club.
yes,
Not the one that Stan Lee envisioned. Or maybe Stan
no,
Lee did envision
well, lots there to dissect.
it. Yeah.
Lots there to
So
dissect.
you any particular person you want to focus on?
Well, I mean, Karen Page is the one that gets done wrong the most,
Yeah.
and she's in the TV show. But yeah, they ended up just killing her off. Kevin Smith ends up killing her off for no reason.
Yeah.
It starts out as is like the classic Pepper Potts, the do-gooder secretary kind of role, but everything. And then Frank Miller's like, no, we're gonna get her hooked on smack and making
Mm.
porn movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
Well, and
whoa,
she was gone for like I think 70 issues when Frank
yeah,
Miller brought her back.
yeah,
But
and
that was probably like the her her biggest impact on his story is she sold Daredevil's identity to someone for some drugs, and it eventually got
yes,
back to the Kingpin, and that's what caused the whole Born Again story.
yeah, and she was actually inherited wealthy, was heir to do well,
Hmm.
and yeah, because they wrote it off as like she got drugged up by the Kingpin and then ended up in that world of smack and making movies.
Yeah.
Such classics as A Tale of Two Cities
Oh, really?
and, and The Devil in Miss Pa. So
Oh, jeez.
that are listed. Come on, man.
Well, that's Frank
Tail
Miller,
being
right?
Tail, yeah.
AIL, yeah.
But yet she's been in the TV show. And yeah, so hopefully they don't do her. They
Yeah, I
do
hope they
allude
don't
to
do that.
they do allude to her having a drug issue in the TV show.
Oh, cool.
Um, yeah, but not to the extent where yeah, this and then Kevin Smith kills her off in his short little run with the Mysterio thing.
Yeah. And who ends up killing her?
Mysterio, right? Or
No,
no, Bullseye does. Bullseye, yeah,
Bullseye does.
yeah,
And then Elektra, who ends up killing Elektra the first time?
Bullseye.
Bullseye does. Yeah.
And we did say Karen Page is probably the do-gooder, probably best choice for Matt Murdock, whereas Elektra Nachios is probably the bad girl choice and the closest to his
Yeah.
true infatuation love, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, and then the Black Widow run with him, which lasted a long time, issues 81 to 124 in volume one,
Mhm.
but it's consensus seen as like bad use of Black Widow because she's pretty much a damsel in distress most of the
Yeah,
time. Um,
although if when you read her in the Avengers issues that they show up in at that
mhm.
same time, she's the driver of that whole relationship. Like she's in charge of it. Like Daredevil is just kind of like, oh, I'll go along with whatever Black Widow wants to do.
Okay, so it just depended on the writer at the time.
Yeah, to the extent that it pisses off Hawkeye because she was Hawkeye's girlfriend before, who drove him to the bad world,
Gotcha.
and makes Hawkeye a running frenemy of Daredevil
Oh, interesting.
later on. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be. I wouldn't mind reading something with both of them. They would have a cool interaction.
It happens within Dark Reign or whatever.
Oh, okay.
That's who Norman hires to take out when Hawkeye's running the Avengers or the Thunderbolts to take
Oh,
down
gotcha.
Daredevil. Yeah, yeah. Brings
Interesting.
it to
Yeah,
his attention.
I didn't read any of that.
Yeah.
I'm still reading in my quest to read all Marvel books. I'm still in 1964. I'm gonna get
I'm
there.
up. I'm almost done with Secret Invasion for my Avengers run, and then yeah, so Dark Reign will be next.
Yeah.
But then we've had probably the craziest love, of course, is Typhoid Mary. where, where, where what you thinking, Matt? Come on, you,
Mm.
you,
Well,
you know she's not right in the head.
well,
She was hired to kill you.
that's part of her mutant power, though, isn't it? Like to be a, to doesn't she
She has
can.
empath. Yeah, she has like
Yeah,
empathic powers. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I haven't read those stories, but I actually have an issue with Typhoid Mary in it, and it's been a long time since I've read it, so I don't remember exactly what it was about. But yeah,
but
she seems like a cool character.
she does in one of his best fights. She hires all his minor league villains to come in and take him out. Everybody but Bullseye.
Hmm.
So yeah, the Bullet comes in for him. Um, a couple other, Turk shows up. A few other people to give him a beat down that he didn't expect. But those are the big ones, and then yeah, you get the creation of Echo out of the Daredevil. I haven't read the full series with Echo in it, and
Neither have
the
I.
extent of the love, but it makes sense that somebody was going to play the juxtaposition of blind versus deaf,
Right.
right? Yeah, that was going to be an interesting story.
Yeah. And the interesting part about Mila Donovan, who was the woman he married, is she was blind also.
Ah, yes, which
Yeah.
which is suspiciously missing from this list, and is Alicia Masters, the
True. Yeah.
the most famous blind female character probably in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, another thing we can retcon in that we can.
Yeah. Yeah. A reason for him and the Thing to not get along.
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause- God dang it. Daredevil.
Yeah. So yeah, like we said, not an exhaustive list. There's probably three or four more that need to go on here at least.
But it's huge.
It is huge. Yeah, it is huge. And like I said, everyone on this list knew his secret identity. Everyone.
Just gives it up.
Yeah.
But, you had to be trusting at some point, I guess.
Right. 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 Or at every point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was, as we alluded to before, when he had his special, what's it called? The Shadowland suit, right? He was the leader of the Hand.
So yeah, he's notoriously a one-man band, right? And he's been frequently gone after by the Hand, introduced and created by Frank Miller. The Hand being the secret society of assassins, ninja assassins that worship a demon devil character out of Japan. That's somewhere 2.5 hours away from a bullet chain from the shout out we gave today. Um,
Kyusha in Kyusha, Japan.
yeah. So
Remember, Kyusha.
he is relentlessly pursued by them, and they do offer him at one point to be the leader, and he turns them down, but they don't stop, and he eventually does take it because the Kingpin was going to take the leadership of the Hand, and he decided to take it over the
Oh,
Kingpin.
and so that's why he kind of went evil because he had to give himself up to the demon.
Yes, yeah, to
Gotcha.
take it over so the Kingpin couldn't have it. So, and eventually takes over the Hand. It's only the organization he actually belongs to, and team wise. And the big thing he does is, despite being a multinational corporation, even though they're assassins, they have interests. He fires the whole legal department and becomes the only legal department. So,
Sweet.
Like, why do you want that responsibility?
That's that's a lot of work. That's so much
Just,
paper. Like that's the thing. It's like
come on.
I'm a people got jobs, I understand, but I'm a lawyer and there's way too much paperwork to be running around all night.
I mean, you got to go out and cut out heads with samurai swords, and
Right.
then you got to do paper cuts all day. What you doing?
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too
What?
much.
Why? Why?
Oh,
Outsource
see,
that shit.
most of my reading of the Hand, when I was younger, at least, involved the X-Men when the Hand remade Psylocke, and there was a lot of Hand versus Wolverine stuff going on. So, but I don't think that was like the pure Hand. You know what I mean?
It's all the same hand.
But there's different divisions. There's like the Wolverine division.
There's a subsidiary that
Yeah,
focuses on.
that focuses on like genetic manipulation and mind transfer.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
But, hey, got a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A lot of swords forging. This
Yeah,
is
they
what they
do.
do.
They do. And so briefly Daredevil did team up with his buddies uh Power Man, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones formed the Defenders. They did that on the TV show, but they
On
also
a
had
TV show.
they also had a comic book that came out, Defenders Volume 5, where they put those same characters in a book together, probably right around the time of the TV show. So,
Yep. And he does link up with the Defenders in Giant Size Avengers #3. It's not clear whether he becomes a member of the Defenders at the time or not. And that's the reason I think they used that arc from the '70s to make it, hey, we need to sell some stories that he's a Defender.
yep.
But notoriously a lone wolf because he
Oh yeah,
loves to get the shit kicked out of him.
all the
It's,
time,
all the
all the
time. Doesn't
time.
need help.
Yeah. All right. So
So,
before go
oh,
ahead.
it's so much so that yeah, in the Typhoid Mary where she hires all his villains to take him down, like Johnny Storm is flying over Hell's Kitchen while there's a protest going on, and he sees what he thinks is Daredevil getting the shit kicked out of him, and he goes, "Oh, that guy's okay. Daredevil's come take care of him, help him out. I got bigger things to deal with.
That's funny.
I got Fantastic Four shit to deal with."
That's so funny. So before we get into talking about Daredevil's enemies, so we have our list here of enemies, that we're prepared to talk about. But I have a trivia question for Yek.
Oh, okay.
Not listed here. Who was the first costume villain that Daredevil faced?
Oh shit. Spider-Man's the Chameleon.
It is.
I don't know. I can't remember.
You were on the right track with
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
yeah. I assume it's a Spider-Man character.
Yeah.
Not Goblin, not Rhino. The Enforcers?
No, no. So the
Uh,
the first costume villain Daredevil faced was Electro.
Oh yes. So yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Spider-Man villain. I couldn't remember though. Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised to
Man,
see
you
that,
stumped me.
and I was so happy when I found a trivia question for you. So perfect.
Yeah, you
We
stumped
will
me.
do we will do a trivia episode one of these days with my Marvel trivia book.
And I'll see if I can crush it. I gotta get my companion in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, I think you probably will. So it's a multiple choice trivia book. So
But
you got it.
Daredevil's enemies and frenemies are some of the most interesting.
Yeah, he has a good rogues gallery.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. His rogues gallery is concise a lot to him.
Yeah,
There's they don't a lot of them don't go out of their way to be other characters, and so we have interestingly enough, the number one is the Kingpin,
yeah,
who also starts out as a Spider-Man villain,
right. I didn't
and they
realize, and maybe I did, but his first appearance was in Amazing Spider-Man 50, the famous
ooh,
Spider-Man No More issue.
yes,
Yeah, and he doesn't first show up in a Daredevil issue until Daredevil 170.
exactly.
which I
Because
was surprised by that.
there was a lot of hand fumbling with Daredevil as a character. He wasn't a big seller. They didn't know what to do with them. And this is still at the time where Marvel was like, hey, we got characters. We're just going to keep putting out the comics because it's not that expensive to make. And as long as we're selling 1,000 issues, 5,000 issues, or whatever,
Yeah.
it still makes sense for us until you get to like the 80s. And the reason Frank Miller took over with he was like, hey, I really like this character. And they're like, okay,
Go ahead. Well,
knock
that's
yourself out. We don't care about him. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's a good strategy to take like a book that's not selling great because there's not
Yeah.
a lot to lose. Like
Yeah.
all you can do is improve the sales.
Yeah. And everybody was like, whatever. And um, Frank Miller as a person, I probably have a range of
Mhm.
opinions on, but as a creator, he's one of the most interesting people. If you read the really just read his Daredevil arc before you even get to the Batman stuff,
Yeah.
read the Daredevil stuff and see how well of a creator he becomes. You know, one of the few writer artists, and really his art improves so much, and the design, and really where he excels more than his characterization is his panel work is just phenomenal to
Yeah.
me. It's just
He
always
starts out on the book as the artist and someone else is writing it.
yeah.
And then eventually he takes over both of those. I think maybe like Marv Wolfman might be writing it or something. Even I could be wrong on that, but
But yeah, his his panel work, and then the way he starts telling stories with different the direction on coloring levels, and sharp lines versus quick, shaking lines. It's interesting. There's a reason why he is truly a master of the comic book art. The when I'm saying the comic book art, not just the pictures, but the
right.
whole storytelling, comic
Yeah, I
storytelling.
mean because the characters he introduces, I mean he creates some of them like Elektra. I believe Elektra is a Frank Miller creation,
Yes.
um, but even the characters that he necessarily didn't create, but that he introduced to Daredevil, like Kingpin, for example, you know, it took from 1964 until 1980 for Kingpin to appear in a Daredevil book,
Yes.
and now people can't separate them, and that's because of his stories.
Yep. And the same with Bullseye.
Yeah,
Bullseye is kind
yeah,
of a one off
he didn't create Bullseye, but like,
for whatever year, 70s to became the most important villain in Daredevil's life. Yeah, the number one. Kingpin, and then the arm of the Kingpin is the Bullseye, the blunt force weapon.
yeah, yeah. So like he took this series and essentially just like remade it. And I know Born Again wasn't the first arc in his writing, but it's like he almost rebirthed the entire Daredevil story, and
Yes.
it's very impressive. I mean, and it was I think it was the like kind of like the Dark Knight Returns. It was like the right story for the right time.
Yeah, I mean, it was impressive at the time because it was like what we said, nobody was reading this book, and
Hmm.
kind of the birth of like the super fandom. Like there were comic book fans before, but
Yeah,
the 80s was the growth of the comic book industry as something even more than it had been since the 40s, right? It
especially Marvel put out a lot of like the X-Men were
mm,
huge in that time, and then this Daredevil story and Spider-Man just got bigger.
yeah, I would say he and Claremont were, the first, the 80s golden childs of Marvel, right?
Yeah,
And so yeah, we have a range of villains, but the two ones Bullseye, Kingpin,
right.
dead on
Two
the
main
spot.
villains. Yeah,
Yeah, does a lot with Purple Man. Um, Person that can control emotions and everything. I haven't read any Purple Man issues. Did you read any good Purple Man issues?
I did not, but I found
Mm,
out that purple. So back to the everyone knowing Daredevil's identity, right? So after the Karen Page selling his identity to the drug dealer and Kingpin eventually finding out. Um, so Kingpin I don't know if he probably still he doesn't know anymore, but Kingpin knew Daredevil's identity from that point on going forward. There was
and he
never time where the Kingpin did not.
and he killed off everybody that Karen Page told.
Yeah, he killed off everyone Karen
And
Page told. And then in the Bendis series in volume 2 that I was reading, Daredevil takes down Kingpin and declares himself, like, takes off his mask and declares himself the new Kingpin, right? And no one can touch Hell's Kitchen. So
yeah,
everyone in Hell's Kitchen and everyone in the world, I guess, at that point, thinks Matt Murdock is Daredevil, but no one has definitive proof. But Hell's Kitchen is clean for a year until the hand comes in, and then there's
yes,
all other stuff. But so eventually, from what I in another volume of Daredevil, like there's something to do with like Purple Man has like purple children now, right?
yes,
And they use those children to make everyone in the world forget Matt Murdock is Daredevil, except for Foggy.
yeah, and yeah, there's a whole series on what to do with the purple children because they're just children and they're getting manipulated to be
Yeah.
used. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's how his identity is forgotten. Now, who's the coolest Daredevil villain?
Well, we're
Okay.
before we get to the coolest one,
Yeah.
we're gonna get to my other supposition part.
Go ahead.
The Batman has the penguin.
Yes.
Daredevil has what bird creature?
Oh, he has the owl,
Yes.
the freaky looking effer, right?
got Wolverine's haircut,
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine's claws,
Yeah.
and as a big cape that he can, old school cloak cape that he can glide with.
Yeah, and he was in the original. He was in the Netflix Daredevil show too.
Yes. So he shows up a lot. He's an original one of the dedicated Daredevil villains,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
really only dedicated to. So that's the reason I go back to. Some people are obviously thinking Daredevil's baby Batman, so they came up with the owl. Whoever created the owl was like, yeah, he's gonna be our penguin. He's gonna be a little more psychotic, but yeah.
Yeah.
And the ultimate, my favorite Daredevil villain,
Yes.
not the his most evil one, which we'll get to, but the ultimate one is motherfucking Stilt Man.
One of the early villains too for Daredevil. He
Yeah,
fought him often in the early run.
because nothing's scarier than a guy that gets really really tall on your ass.
Right.
What-
Not big,
not
just
big,
tall.
not big, just tall. Just oh no, the guy was my height. Now he's a building. He's tall as a
Yeah.
building, walking around. I don't know what advantage that puts you in, but
Now you can walk really far in one step.
when I there was like a like a Where's Waldo book kind of with Marvel Universe, like you kind of find all the characters in a book that my brother got my nephew, um, and nephew's really young, like 4 or 5, just getting into Marvel comics or whatever.
Yeah.
And in that book, in one of the New York City scenes, there's Stilt Man, and I
Mm-hmm.
taught him. I was like, "That's Stilt Man." He goes, "Who the hell's Stilt Man?" No, he didn't say hell, but who's? Because I was
Who's
like,
Stiltman?
he's like, "Who's Stilt Man?" He was so excited for me to teach him who Stilt Man was, just
Nice.
just so pumped. So much so that when I helped take him to kindergarten one day, he had like 3 girlfriends that he liked to chat up because he's a ladies' man. He
Mm-hmm.
proceeded to tell them about Stilt Man.
That's
just
impressive.
started dropping Stilt Man knowledge to him. It's like me and my uncle, we were reading about Stilt Man. Do you know about Stilt Man?
I was like,
It's like,
tell us more.
of course, the ladies want to know more about Stilt Man. Everybody wants to
Yeah.
know more about Stilt Man.
Right. Right. Well, you should use that more in your own personal life.
I know. Just hey, lady, have you heard about Stilt Man?
Mm.
Let me
No.
tell you a little story about a man with a hydraulic suit who can grow big legs, all silver.
And
It was
wears a helmet.
he wears a wait, he wears a helmet, then he has like the over half helmet thingy. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't.
it almost looks
I
like
don't.
Galactus, right? Doesn't it?
Yes, yeah. I don't know what that is. That the extra half hoodie thing. Why he needs that? I assume it's because if he grows too large in a room, that protects his head.
Oh
Right?
yeah, maybe. That's a good point. This way he doesn't
but
hit his head on the ceiling.
but also Stilt Man, R.I.P. Man.
Mm,
Why they had to do Stilt Man dirty? I don't know why they had to kill him off. They didn't need to, but they did.
he hasn't been brought back yet.
No, no. Oh God, no.
No.
You can't.
Boo.
You kindergarten ladies can't handle that much Stilt Man.
No. Too much stilt.
There's too much tilt in that stilt.
Hmm.
Stilt Man only 5'6" without the costume, so that's
No
maybe why.
wonder. Yeah, that's why he needs the stilts.
It drove him to get taller. Oh man, yeah, that's the funniest thing. My nephew chatting up the ladies about Stilt Man. I was like, "You're going far, kid. You're going far."
Yeah, yeah.
But he was so pumped when I like of all the characters that were drawn. There's one of those Waldo type scenes where there's like a million characters,
Yeah,
and Stilt Man appears a couple of times, like stepping over people, right? So yeah, it's like
that's
what,
cool.
what? That's Stilt
Oh,
Man,
that's so
kid.
funny. Stilt Man, yeah, I mean, impressing short little children to this day.
Yes, blows up. And of course, the most deadliest and vicious though of Daredevil's rogues gallery. He's only fought him once.
Only once, and only for a couple of panels. Not even
And
really a fight,
yeah, and
but
who would that be, KMAC?
that would be the Inferno demon possessed vacuum cleaner in Daredevil 262 by Ann Nesente and John Romita Jr. So Inferno was taken over. Inanimate objects were possessed by demons coming to life, like buildings and elevators and vacuum cleaners. Daredevil was almost beaten to death by Typhoid Mary, and he was laying in like Central Park somewhere, I believe. And somehow there was a vacuum cleaner in Central Park that came to life and turned into like a scorpion type
And it was a
thing.
scorpion.
Yeah, and kind of like wrapped him up, but then Daredevil like broke free, and then it really wasn't as much of a fight as I mean, I think its legend kind of outgrew what the story actually was, but it is cool that a vacuum cleaner attacks him.
I demand a rematch.
Yeah, that would be great.
There should be a whole series of Daredevil versus household appliances.
Yeah.
Just, just running the gauntlet of household appliances: toaster,
Hmm.
refrigerator, vacuum cleaner, lamp.
Lamp. Yeah.
Like the lamp can shine itself in his eyes and be like, "That doesn't
Mm-mm.
affect me."
Yeah, the furniture would just try to rearrange itself
Yes.
because
Oh
he's
yeah. Oh yeah.
blind, but then
Yes.
Daredevil would be like, "I'm not. I got radar sense. This
I
isn't going
got
to work on
it.
me."
Oh, oh, I know that joke, you assholes. and
Yeah.
and I do not fall prey to it.
Yeah. So, what would be the worst household appliance or item to have to fight?
Vacuum cleaner is pretty shitty.
Vacuum cleaner is pretty scary too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, ask any dog, and they'll
Yeah.
tell you.
Oh yeah, and cats
And
too. Cats don't
most
like him
cats,
either.
and most cats. I mean,
The
kind of scared
refrigerator,
of.
a refrigerator would be really. I mean, it'd be slow, but it'd be like
It
strong,
bulky, yeah, but it's
it's
slow. It's
bulky.
slow,
Yeah,
slow. Some of the, you know, the microwave.
yeah,
You got to deal with the waves. I'm thinking something like a food processor,
yeah, like a blender.
blender, pretty. Oh, but can't run off a toilet, man. Just can't.
Mm,
Can't. The water,
yeah, the
and
surprise.
the surprise.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Just sending the juice at you.
yeah. That might be it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ride off a toilet. So
All right, so Daredevil has. We've talked about some of these people before, but he has frenemies, right? People, characters that are his friends, but also his enemies sometimes. Like Elektra is one of those. Like she's, they are in relationships from time to time, but she's also in the hand or working for a kingpin and trying to kill him, right?
yeah, Yeah, he's got a lot of loves that get complicated. So
Yeah,
yeah, Elektra, Typhoid Mary.
yeah,
I'm sure a few other, Black Widow,
yeah. I'm sure they've had
Black Cat.
their
Yeah,
yeah their battles too. Now the main frenemy though, you would say Punisher, right?
I would say yeah.
Yeah. And so, like the Kingpin, right? Punisher appeared first in Amazing Spider Man 129, 1974, but didn't appear in Daredevil until 183 in 1982. And those are two characters that are tied together pretty tight now as well. And those are two, yeah.
Street level
Mhm.
stories in New York.
That's Frank Miller brought
Yep,
them together.
yep.
And those two issues have great covers. One is Punisher. No. One is Daredevil holding a gun and saying "No more Mr. Nice Guy," and I can't remember what 183 is, but it's also a great cover, like one of the better covers. But yeah. So it's again along those lines of Frank Miller, just like 183. I'm sorry, is the one with the gun.
Yes.
No, wait, 183 is the one with Punisher shooting a gun through Daredevil, and 184 is the one with Daredevil like hold his you see his head and he's holding a gun pointed at the viewer.
And the Punisher's the one that's responsible for shooting the Stilt Man's legs off.
Ah, Frank Castle is such a jerk.
Yes. And then yeah, killed him. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just yeah. Come on, man.
yeah,
Stilt Man. Stilt Man.
I know. Poor Stilt Man. He's just trying to
Yeah.
make a living.
Just trying to be a little taller. If he was just a little bit taller, he
Yeah.
would have been baller. So yeah, Punisher, his loves. We
Mhm.
mentioned Hawkeye because he gets upset, that Black Widow steals he gets his lady stole him away from him from Black Widow, tries to take him back. Um Paladin a little bit. I didn't I know the Wild Pack runs through Daredevil. I think you had a little bit more on
Yeah,
um
so we talked about it a little bit. He was introduced in Daredevil, and they had bumped into each other and fought, and then realized they were on the same side. But he reappears in the Bendis run, where remember how I said like Daredevil could sense with radar like 4 to 6 blocks away. Well,
mm.
Paladin was like 7 blocks away in a helicopter and sniped him.
Oh.
Yeah, in order to get his FBI record cleared.
Oh.
So yeah, so he reappeared there, but yeah, and that by the way, if you're gonna read if you want to read a good Daredevil story, you read the Bendis run, which continues through the Brubaker run. So one thing that's cool about that is Daredevil ends up in they put Matt Murdock in Rikers Island,
But
right?
not Mike Murdock.
Not Mike Murdock, just Matt Murdock. Yeah, they put him in Rikers Island, and maybe it's Mike. I don't know. I can't tell the difference. They look so much alike.
One's
But
Zany.
yeah, but so that they so Foggy Nelson gets killed in quotes, right? And then they move Matt Murdock into general population. They put the Kingpin in general population. They bring Bullseye into the prison, and then they have a scene like outside where Frank Castle's reading the newspaper because by that point Matt Murdock's just fucking everyone up in Rikers Island, right? Because he's trying to find out who killed Foggy, and Punisher looks out, he reads the paper, and it says, Matt Murdock, causing chaos. Um, and he sees someone trying to mug a woman outside. He goes outside and just snaps the guy's neck and gives himself up to police. And he gets himself put in Rikers Island too. So you have in Gen Pop, Kingpin, Daredevil, Punisher, and then Bullseye in solitary at the same time.
That's intense.
It's a good story.
Yeah.
Punisher helps him escape, which is a lot of fun.
There's also another one where I was reading where I can't remember who's in prison, but Punisher's in prison
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to hunt down Daredevil's identity or whatever, and like everybody, like one of the prisoners, like, I'm gonna go and talk to this guy. They're like, "What the fuck? You crazy? That's the Punisher." And then
Yeah, I
he
think
goes
that's
outside.
the same one. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and during the riot, like everyone's cell door opens,
Mhm.
and the Punisher's just sitting in his cell reading a book, and they said, "Hey, did they're watching on the cameras. Like, did Castle leave his cell? He said, nope, but 4 people came up and they're all dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Pretty intense.
yeah, that's a great story. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Daredevil story, I think, overall.
Yeah. A lot of good runs.
Yep.
A lot of good everything as we covered today, because this is Daredevil. This is your life. So think we covered it all.
I think we did the best we could in an hour and 40 something minutes.
Yep. When we get it cut down here.
Mhm.
And I got through 2 big raid norms, and I feel like I should be in Hell's Kitchen now. We
Nice.
should record from Hell's Kitchen sometime.
That would be
I
fun.
know it's fancy pantsy now.
It's
It's no
gentrified now. Yeah.
it's no longer, the home of wayward Irish immigrants
No.
having to fix fights.
No, but that would be fun.
Yeah. Be awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So if you want to sponsor us to go to Hell's Kitchen, you can email us.
Yes. Please do.
About how you want to do it at cbcopodcast@gmail.com. You can tweet us at cbco_podcast. You can like our pictures that'll fund us money to go to Hell's Kitchen at comics_1 on Instagram. And as always, we had a fun time chit-chatting away about Daredevil and everything, and hoping bring you up to speed for the new Disney Plus show.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you everyone for listening. And, remember, heal your broken bones, meditate, trust your radar sense, and avoid your vacuum cleaners.
Avoid vacuum cleaners.
Yes.
Stand tall in the Stilt Man.
Yes. Cheers.